Sexual energy contracts. The bonds you didn't know you made. Every intimate encounter creates more than a memory. It forms an exchange of energy, a contract written not on paper but in spirit. When two people come together sexually, their energy fields merge, weaving cords that can linger long after the physical connection is over. That's why some people struggle to move on from past lovers. It isn't just nostalgia or emotional longing, it's the residue of a contract. A part of their spirit still clings, whispering, pulling, sometimes even haunting the new chapters of your life. Some contracts are empowering. They awaken passion, creativity, and confidence. But others drain life force, transferring burdens, trauma, or addictions from one person to the other. You may find yourself fighting battles that were never originally yours because energy was transferred through intimacy. These cords can manifest in subtle but powerful ways. Thinking about someone at random times, even years later. Feeling sudden emotions that don't belong to you. Struggling to let go, even when your mind knows the relationship is over. The body may forget, but the spirit does not. Every encounter is an agreement, spoken or unspoken, conscious or unconscious. And unless you become aware of it, you may live out cycles of energy that were never meant for you. Awareness is the first step. Cleansing is the second. Release requires intentional work through prayer, spiritual practices, and affirmations that call your energy back to yourself. Because no matter how many contracts you've made, the authority of your spirit can break them. You are not bound forever to what was signed in moments of desire. When love feels heavy, how to know? You are carrying energetic baggage. That doesn't belong to you. Love is supposed to be light, not effortless, but life-giving. When a relationship begins to feel like a constant weight, it's often because you're carrying more than your share of energy. Sometimes that heaviness shows up as always being the one who gives, while the other only takes, feeling drained after conversations or time together. Carrying guilt, anger, or sadness that isn't even yours. This happens because relationships are not just emotional bonds, they are energetic ones. Without realizing it, you may take on your partner's unhealed pain, their fears, even their past mistakes. You walk around with bags that don't belong to you, wondering why your back is breaking under the load. True love will ask for patience, growth, and sacrifice, but it will never require you to lose yourself, silence your needs, or carry the unresolved burdens of another person. When love feels heavy, it's often a signal that the balance of energy is off. The key is discernment. Ask yourself, do I feel lighter or heavier after spending time with them? Am I carrying emotions that I can't trace back to my own experiences? Is my spirit shrinking in their presence or expanding? If the answers reveal imbalance, it doesn't always mean the relationship must end. But it does mean boundaries, cleansing, and sometimes distance are necessary to reset the flow of energy. Love should challenge you to grow, not crush you under its weight. And if you're constantly exhausted in the name of love, you may be loving someone else more than you, re-loving familiar spirits in relationships. Why? You keep attracting the same type. Have you ever asked yourself, why do I keep ending up with the same kind of person? Different face, different name, but the same patterns, the same pain, the same ending. This is often the work of familiar spirits. A familiar spirit is an energy that trails you, following your bloodline, your choices, and your vulnerabilities. It doesn't always show up in obvious ways. Instead, it disguises itself in attraction, comfort, or what feels normal. You might mistake it for your preference, when in reality, it's a repeated cycle designed to keep you stuck. This is why someone raised around chaos may unconsciously seek partners who bring chaos. Why someone who watched abandonment growing up may repeatedly choose people who leave. The spirit of the familiar whispers, this feels like home. And even though that home is unhealthy, the energy tricks you into accepting it. Breaking this cycle requires awareness. You cannot fight what you won't name. Once you recognize the pattern, whether it's anger, manipulation, neglect, or control, you take back authority over it. The goal is not to fear relationships, but to discern spirits within them. Not every attraction is divine alignment. Some are energetic traps dressed up as love. The good news, once you see the pattern, you can end it. You can cleanse, set boundaries, and call on higher guidance to break what has followed you. You don't have to relive the same pain over and over again. Because love, in its purest form, remember, share, like, and subscribe.